Why play Jinx Bot? Well, she is a late game hyper carry. She is a beast in a teamfight, she deals great AoE damage, and her global ultimate is amazing. However, her early game is weaker than other bot laners, and unless she procs her passive, she is very immobile. Jinx's passive is whenever she scores a takedown against an enemy champion, epic monster, turret, or inhibitor, she gains an insane amount of decaying movement speed. In addition, upon takedown, she gets to exceed the attack speed cap and gains 1 stack of Get Excited. She can have up to 5 stacks of these at one time, and each stack grants her a large amount of attack speed. Jinx's Q toggles her between her 2 weapons. When using the minigun, for the first 3 attacks she gains a stack which grants her bonus attack speed. When using the rocket launcher, it causes her attacks to cost mana. The rocket launcher has increased range, increased damage, and deals damage in a circle around the target hit. Jinx's W is a straight line skill shot, which deals damage to the first target hit, reveals them, and slows them. Jinx's E throws out 3 traps, which arm themselves after a short amount of time. If an enemy champion walks over them, they explode, dealing damage, knocking them down and rooting them. Also, after 5 seconds, they'll explode, dealing damage to nearby enemies themselves. Jinx's ultimate is a straight line skill shot with global range. It will stop upon hitting an enemy champion, dealing damage in a large area around them. This also deals bonus execute damage the lower the target's health. It also deals increased damage the further it's travelled until it's travelled about a screen length. For combos, a good go-to is to attack into W. Follow up with an attack into E and ult before spamming away with more attacks using your minigun or rocket launcher as needed. For matchups, she can struggle into lane bullies who can take advantage of her weaker early game, and she works well into more mid-game focused champions who can't pressure her too hard early and she outscales. For runes, take this. Lethal Tempo works amazingly well with her kit. For build order, start Blade and Pot into Wild Arrows and Tier 2 boots. After this, an Infetch and Runans are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then W then E before maxing Q then W then E, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Barrier. For synergies, she is amazing with support that can keep enemies off her, allowing her to hypercarry. Starting the game, your main focus is going to be on farming hard to become a late game beast. If you're able to simply sit back and farm, you'll win most games. However, you also have access to great poke. Your rocket launcher Q having additional range makes it very easy to throw at your opponent from time to time, and if they're ever not behind their minions, your W does great damage. But mostly just focus on firing that occasional Q hit in their direction. When you hit level 6, not only is your ultimate great additional damage for you, but it's also global. So if you ever get the chance to cross-map someone with it as they're trying to back or as a fight's going on, go for it. Enter in the mid game, you want to take your tower as soon as possible and rotate mid. This puts you and your support in the center of the map to siege your objectives, and it has 2 champions to roam for anything going on. Entering late game team fights, you are the hyper carry. Sit at the back and shoot anything in front of you. It is your job to shred through that front line to get to their back line. You want to focus on getting that first kill to proc your passive. The additional move speed allows you to chase down kills and keeps you safe. And that's how to play Jinx Bot, and I have genuinely not had the time to watch Arcane yet because these videos take so long, so please don't leave any spoilers down below. Like, please.